What I'm about to share isn't popular. It's not what you'll hear in mainstream relationship advice. But every single insight I'm giving you today is backed by patterns men experience repeatedly. Patterns that few warn about. These aren't attacks. They aren't bitter complaints. They are psychological truths about relationships that can save you years of confusion and disappointment if you are willing to listen. Today, we are going through 6 important facts about female psychology and modern relationship dynamics that most men learn only the hard way. Some of you will resist what I'm saying. Others will recognize exactly what I'm describing because you've lived it. Either way, by the end of this, your perspective on relationships will shift. Let's get into it. Some men think not all women behave this way. That's true. Not all women do. But enough demonstrate these patterns that every man should be aware of them. The aim isn't to demonize women. It's to understand dynamics that nobody else explains. Awareness is protection. The first fact is something most men sense but rarely put into words. Many women have an internal rating system evaluating their partner's value constantly. Most of the time, it's not conscious. It's not mean-spirited. It just runs in the background. They assess your worth based on daily actions, how you handle challenges, your confidence, how others treat you, and how you manage stress. Leadership or lack of it in small situations matters. All of this contributes to a mental score, influencing how she feels about you at any moment. When your perceived value is high, she's attentive, affectionate, engaged. She talks about you positively to her friends. She initiates closeness. She invests in your happiness. When value drops, loss of ambition, passivity, neglecting yourself, affection cools, respect diminishes. Minor irritations become major issues. Most men don't realize that by the time complaints arise, her scorecard has been declining for weeks or months. Words are only the tip of the iceberg. By the time thresholds are crossed, she may quietly consider alternatives. Relationships often seem to end suddenly from a man's perspective. He believes everything was fine until it was. From her perspective, she's been observing a decline for a long time. He just didn't notice. The key isn't paranoia. It's understanding that behavior compounds over time. Small declines add up. Consistent leadership adds up. Women communicate through behavior long before they speak. Her scorecard appears in how she reacts, the effort she invests, and how she talks about you. Reading these signals tells you where you stand before any conversation. Once her score drops too far, words alone won't restore it. You can't negotiate attraction or respect. Value must be rebuilt through action. Sometimes the window for that has already passed before you notice a problem. The second fact is harder to hear. Some women maintain backup options while in relationships. Not all, but enough that you need to understand it. When a partner's trajectory declines, loss of ambition, stalled career, or lack of growth, her internal score drops. Rather than confront it directly, she hedges. She maintains connections with other men who seem innocent, old friends, coworkers, acquaintances. Nothing overt, but they serve as insurance. Men often miss this because loyalty is evaluated differently. Many men see it as all or nothing. For some women, as long as boundaries aren't crossed, it isn't disloyalty. Signs are subtle: protectiveness over the phone, continued contact with exes or male friends, dismissing discomfort as insecurity. Security is a core need, and some women ensure it through redundancy. The solution isn't jealousy. The solution is to be the man who makes backup plans unnecessary. When your value is high, trajectory upward, and you're her best choice, she has no need to hedge. The third fact is visible in many modern relationships. They've shifted toward transactional dynamics. Marriage and partnerships once relied on mutual contribution and sacrifice. He provided resources, she nurtured the home. Social media has changed this. Many relationships now focus on what each person gets, not what is built together. Lifestyle, experiences, financial comfort, social status, these are often evaluated over emotional connection. Men may enter relationships thinking they are mutual, but the focus might be on what she gains. When benefits decline, he loses his job or income, and the relationship can end, not because love fails, but because the reward stopped. The solution is honesty and observation during dating. Is she attracted to you or what you provide? Does she invest or only consume? Would she stay if circumstances changed? Transactional relationships can exist subtly, and men often realize too late. The fourth fact challenges assumptions about confidence. Many women appearing confident are privately anxious about aging and declining attractiveness. Society links value to appearance with an expiration date. Social media constantly compares. Anxiety drives behavior that men misread. Obsession with appearance is often fear, not vanity. Concerns about aging affect decisions. Women may settle or rush commitment due to perceived time constraints. Men who don't understand this can be blindsided by ultimatums that seem sudden but stem from genuine anxiety. The fifth fact involves boredom, a silent destroyer of relationships. Modern life demands constant stimulation. Entertainment is endless. Many women are wired for novelty. Stability can feel dull even in good relationships. A man might provide love, faithfulness, stability, and support, but dissatisfaction can still arise. She may pick fights or criticize, seeking emotional highs missing in predictability. This is why good men are sometimes left for exciting men. Social media and peer reinforcement amplify this. The solution isn't random excitement, it's purposeful growth. Be a man building, evolving, progressing. Growth creates energy that keeps relationships alive. The partner you are in year 5 should be more interesting than in year 1. If you plateau, you become predictable, reliable, but unexciting. Dynamic growth keeps boredom at bay. The sixth fact explains confusing ex behavior. She may reach out after a breakup. Men assume lingering feelings. Often it's to confirm her decision. She's observing your life, happiness, and success. Responses give her information, not always because she wants to reconcile. Sometimes she returns when her new situation fails. This isn't love-driven, it's circumstance-driven. Men with self-respect avoid being a safety net. You are not a backup. You are either first choice or not chosen at all. Not all women follow these patterns, but they exist widely enough that most men will encounter them. Understanding them allows navigation from awareness, not naivety. Men who struggle often believe in fairy tale love, assuming being good ensures a good outcome. Men who thrive understand the game as it is. They maintain value consistently, watch for warning signs, respect red flags, earn attraction daily, observe actions over words, preserve identity, friendships, and purpose. They lead with clarity, invite partners to join, but do not abandon their journey. Social media and cultural changes amplify these patterns. Waiting for the world to change is not a strategy. The strategy is to become exceptional. Build value that works in your favor. Be selective. Create a life that transactional thinking cannot attach to. Grow continuously to prevent boredom. This is not performance for women. It is building a life that works for you. The right woman will notice. The wrong woman will extract until nothing remains. Your job is to discern the difference. You deserve clarity. You deserve to enter relationships with open eyes. You deserve to understand the dynamics at play rather than learn through pain. These 6 facts are not meant to create bitterness, but awareness. Knowledge is protection. A man who understands these patterns can choose partners who operate differently. The goal is not avoidance or animosity. The goal is engaging reality and building something real with someone deserving. The man who understands these dynamics is not angry. He is prepared. He is not avoiding relationships. He approaches them with clarity, not fantasy. That is the difference between a man who suffers in relationships and a man who builds something lasting. Knowledge, awareness, and willingness to see reality as it is rather than as wished. Use this knowledge wisely, not as a weapon but as armor. Not as justification for bitterness but as a foundation for better choices.